Martha, Nola just went having an abortion. I just can't believe that.
But Floyd, calm down, all right? But even if she's just thinking about it, one of us has to sit her down and talk some sense into it.
One of us? So we're talking about my baby. I'm going to be the one who's going to talk to her.
Okay, Floyd, okay. So you talk to her.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So what did the secretary say?
Secretary, I couldn't even get one. I talked to the answering service, and they said the doctor's in surgery.
Oh, great.
Look, with all the time we're wasting standing around here, we could be halfway to Hartfield Mills by now.
Wait, I gotta get my purse.
Ma, why don't you just stay here, and we'll call you when we let you know what's going on.
For Nola. Oh, why can't I find anything when I'm looking for it in a hurry? There it is.
Ma, listen, I take from what Floyd was saying that he doesn't know anything about what Nola was doing with Kelly and all that?
No, of course not. And I don't want you saying a word either.
Okay, I won't, but come on, let's go before he takes off without us.
We'll continue with part 2 of The Guiding Light in a moment.
Well, right on time as usual. Come in, please.
Oh, thank you very much. Carrie, this is my brother Justin.
Carrie, it's nice to meet you.
Carrie Todd.
Hi, Justin. Carrie, it's very nice to meet you. Welcome to Springfield. Thanks, Jackie.
Well, I hope we didn't upset your dinner plans.
Absolutely not. I was quite delighted when Ross said you'd invited us over. Good.
Well, come on in. Carrie, what can I get you to drink?
A glass of white wine is fine.
Ross, the usual?
Oh, yes. Let me help you.
Okay.
Carrie, why don't we sit down and let them pamper us? Sounds like a good idea.
She only gets away with it, Carrie, because she's pregnant.
No kidding. Must be wonderful carrying another life around, knowing you're totally responsible for its well-being. Yes, it is. Is it your first child? Oh, yes, as a matter of fact, our first.
And it's a toss-up as to who's more excited about it. There you go.
Thank you.
Philip, what are you doing over there?
Hi, Uncle Ross. I was just coming down.
Yeah, well, come on over here. There's someone I want you to meet. Here you go, Jackson. Philip, this is Carrie Todd. She's just moved to Springfield from Milwaukee. Carrie is Philip Spaulding.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Todd. Hello, Philip. Ross and I were talking about you on the way over. I just started working for your dad.
Oh, I'm probably going to start working for him, too. In the mailroom this summer. See, that's where my dad learned the business from my grandfather.
Planning to follow in his footsteps, are you?
Probably.
Hey, what happened to your idea of becoming a doctor?
Oh, well, I think it's my duty, since I'm my dad's only son, to take over his business someday.
Well, when did this happen?
I don't know. Well, if you and Aunt Jackie have a son, he could be the doctor.
Oh, dear, come on in.
Thank you.
Now, why don't I take this food and put it in the oven to keep it warm, and I want you to take off your jacket and fix us a couple of drinks. I'll bring the ice in a minute.
Okay. Do you want me to get there?
Oh, would you please?
Sure. Hello? Hello?
Who was it?
I don't know. There was someone there, but they didn't speak, and then they hung up. Maybe when they heard a man's voice, they thought they had the wrong number.
Well, it's been happening to me a lot lately. Maybe I should call the phone company, have my number changed.
Did you tell anyone that we'd be working in your apartment tonight?
I mentioned it to Carrie. I might have said something to Vanessa or Henry. I don't really remember. Why?
Well, it's foolish to feel guilty about working in your apartment, I know, but probably be better not to say anything to Vanessa. She and Hope are quite close.
Oh, all right. I mean, Hope knows that our relationship is strictly business.
Well, so does Vanessa, but that wouldn't stop her from stirring up a little trouble if she had the chance.
Speaking of the Chamberlains, I had the strangest conversation with Henry just before you came into the office tonight.
Did he ask you about seeing my father's correspondence?
Yes, exactly. Something about wanting to get some letters that he'd written to Brandon out of there before they fell into the wrong hands or something.
I can't imagine why he's so worried, except I do know that he and my father used to share their deepest secrets at one time, which is almost funny considering that they would have gladly cut each other's throats if one could have bested the other in a business deal.
Well, that's what makes empires and fortunes.
It's also what makes men like my father die bitter and lonely, with no one there at the end who really cares about them. And look at the web of intrigue he left behind him. Not telling me that Amanda was my daughter and then leaving her the bulk of his estate without explaining.
Well, Alan, anyone who accomplished as much in a lifetime as your father did is bound to be a little eccentric.
The only thing my father ever accomplished was making money, and how empty all that turned out to be.
He also had you, and that was an accomplishment he was very proud of.
Yes, so proud that he devoted his life to seeing that my life ended the way his did. Lonely and friendless.
Oh, now that is not true.
Of course it is. I hoped when I met Hope that it would change all of that. But now she won't even talk to me. So I might as well devote 18 hours a day to the company the way my father did.
Alan, forgive me for saying this, but you know, there just might be a woman out there somewhere who would understand the pressures of running a company like Spaulding Enterprises, who might even love you more for your success.
I'm not interested in another woman, Diane. I just want Hope to give me a second chance, and I swear to you, when she does, I'll work for the day when Amanda's well enough to take over the lion's share of responsibility with Ross's supervision. And then when Philip's out of college, they can show him the ropes, and I will bow out gracefully and spend the rest of my life with Hope, enjoying it.
Where do I fit into that picture?
It wouldn't change your position for a minute, I can promise you that. You'd just be answering to Amanda and Philip instead of to me.
But if you've turned up 3 fraudulent business deals in companies that Diane was involved with, and you think that she was connected with all of this, well, where's your proof?
Henry, she worked for those companies years ago before she even came to Spaulding Enterprises. Now, I'm not going to let up, so don't worry.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be impatient, but it is imperative that Vanessa and I maintain what little power and influence we have left in Spaulding Enterprises.
I know that, Henry. That's why I took the liberty of hiring 3 detectives on all 3 cities. But I must tell you that they're very expensive because they're the best.
Well, if you can come up with something to keep Miss Ballard in her place, it doesn't matter how much it costs.
Well, I think we should find something on Alan first.
Do you mean to say you know something you haven't told me?
No, nothing new, but there was an awful lot of talk after Roger Thorpe's supposed death that Alan had been supporting him before anyone even realized he was still alive.
Oh, well, I know all those old stories about Roger Thorpe and Alan, but if that were true, Mike would have had him behind bars long since.
No, not if he didn't have the proof or doesn't know where to find it.
Are you saying that you do?
No, but if it's there and I find it, it's going to cost you a lot of money.
If you can prove that Alan was criminally involved with Roger Thorpe, and I can use that to get control of Spaulding Enterprises for Vanessa, well, you can name your price, kid.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Oh, I have something else I want
Sure.
to take over for me.
Absolutely.
I just learned that my executive secretary in the old days when in my Chicago office has died.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, so was I. She was, well, Stephanie was my Diane Ballard, so to speak. She was my right hand, my confidant. Then when she left the company, she moved to Mexico. And although we kept in touch for a while, well, you know how those things are.
Sure. But what exactly do you want me to do?
Well, I don't know where her family or relatives might be, and I'd like you to find out, that is, if anybody's still alive.
Well, are there death benefits for the heirs from your company?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Stephanie Ryan, R-Y-A-N, yeah. She left what money she had in the company fund so that it would accumulate interest and be there if she ever needed it.
I see, and she never picked it up, huh?
No, that's right. So, well, just do what you can for me, will you?
Okay, absolutely. Tell me, was Ryan her married name?
No. She never married.
Okay, then in records and obituary, things like that, it would be under the name of Stephanie Ryan.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I guess that the best thing to do would be to put in a missing persons ad in all the major papers across the country.
No, I don't want that, no. Don't want this public.
Henry, how am I going to find out if there are any heirs or other living relatives?
Joseph, I don't care how you find out, just find out. do it quickly and quietly and then report back to me. And to nobody else. Not even to Vanessa.
Are you sure you don't want to take the tour with us, Justin?
No, I see enough of that garden every weekend.
Oh, complain. How about you, Ross?
Oh, no, I'm gonna... Thank you, but I'm staying here to have a chat with Justin.
All right. See you in a few minutes.
What do you think? She's something, isn't she?
She's quite a woman.
You know, it amazes me how easy she is with people. I mean, she walks in here 5 minutes later, she's talking to you, she's talking to Jackie, she's talking to Philip, like she's known all of you for years.
Well, she does have a very easy way about her, and she's a good listener. Seems to be genuinely interested in what other people have to say.
Yes. I just love seeing her with people.
Well, I enjoyed watching you this evening.
Why?
I think it's kind of good to see you let your guard down and relax and talk about something else other than Spaulding Enterprises and Amanda McFerrin.
Listen, Justin, that is not the half of it. I can't concentrate on any of my work anymore. I'm sitting there in my office staring at my watch, counting how many hours I have left until I pick Carrie up for lunch, for dinner.
Well, good for you, Ross. I think it's about time you learned to relax a little.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Oh, before they come back, there's something I have to tell you. Alan wants a new will drawn up, leaving half of his holdings in the company to Amanda, of course, but the other half to Philip.
Why in the hell doesn't he wait until Hope has her baby and then he can rewrite them?
Well, I don't know. Don't ask me, but I can tell you one thing. He's really pushing to get it done. I just thought you should know what he's up to, so if the day ever comes when you and Jackie decide to tell Philip the truth, you know.
Well, we'll tell Philip when we think he can handle it. But if Alan insists on leaving the boy half of his money, there's really nothing I can do about it, right?
The little plot of earth I have behind my new rented carriage house is about 1/10 the size of your garden, and I will never get it half as beautiful.
Oh, watch yourself, Carrie. Before you know it, Justin will have you out there helping him weed and hoe.
That is fine with me. I would love to get my hands in that beautiful garden.
Now, don't make an offer like that unless you really mean it.
Carrie never says anything that she doesn't mean. Okay, on that sobering note, I think we should get out of here before we lose our table.
Thanks, Ross.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you both, and I really hope we see each other soon.
Now, Carrie, if you're really serious about helping me in that garden, just let me know when.
Saturday?
Saturday'd be fine.
Okay, well, let me make a note so I don't forget my purse. I can't believe I almost walked out of here without my purse.
You know, I think next time you should keep your notebook with you, and that way you'll be able to make a note as to exactly where this purse is.
I don't find that funny, Ross.
Well, then I'll help you look for it.
Good.
Is this your purse?
Well, it's not yours. Okay, now, Saturday, right?
Right.
Let me check. I am available on Saturday. I will be gardening with Justin. As soon as I open the page, okay. Is 10 o'clock too early?
10 o'clock's just fine.
Great.